Welcome to this week's episode of Into the Black, where today we venture into the spooky derelict ghost ship.
Is it black? Because
Yep,
I mean,
it's space.
We're going into it.
Into the boat. In the top left, we have Pip, played by Jake, our greedy, resourceful, 10 pounds of greedy in a 5-pound bag of rat with his asshole drone. We have Klob, the biggest, smartest techno cow you've ever met. Percy, just because he's paranoid doesn't mean everyone isn't out to get him.
Yeah.
Played by Alex. And Maynala, the punchiest diplomat in the verse, played by Lily.
Aggressive negotiations.
Aggressive negotiations. Reconnaissance in force.
Yes.
When last left our heroes, they were flying away from Absalom Station and their heavily discounted berth and suspiciously cheap, fried, delicious food.
Yes, very suspicious.
That is a mystery for another day. And off to complete the first of the jobs the stewards have given them as sort of a steward deputy, a contractor. This first job was to deal with a derelict ship that was recently fell out of the drift and has been attacking any ships that come near it. But it doesn't seem to be able to move. It's sitting at one of the Lagrange points where it's just floating there. But as the heroes engage their drift engine, it's going to be about a day before they get there instead of maybe a week and a half going a long way. So is there anything y'all would like to do while in the drift?
I mean, we've all been in the drift many times before, right?
Yeah, probably.
I think that I'm probably doing some long-term just info gathering experimentation thing, sending little pieces of little transponders out into the drift space and seeing how they gather data and trying to map some stuff, figure out how it works. But nothing important. I've been doing it for a while.
If you're open to it, I'd like to ask if you could modify a couple sensor arrays for me, drones that you're going to send out, because I'm still really interested in the whale things I saw last time, and I want to see if I can help design a probe that'll be able to gather better data if I see something like that again.
Well, I mean, we heard. So, did we hear any sound or any transmissions from the whale thing?
I don't think so.
You weren't really looking for any at the time.
I'll tell you what. I can put an extra dish on our antenna, and then maybe hook up a little second circuit that just takes in any strange light waves that it sees. Maybe we can pick up something from the whale, and we'll have to visually identify the thing and actually record the data that's correct and observe and go through the data manually. But it could be a start.
I can do that, and I'll show him my drawing and be like, "This is visual."
Oh, nice.
We just be like a taxonomy crew.
You might need Pip to actually mount the dish. I just know how to.
I'm a Xeno seeker. I like nature, Maine. All right, cool.
Yeah. You can recalibrate your cheap little probes you like to make and just sort of throw out the window to see what they see. It's more of a hobby anyway.
Yeah, you know what? I can put this on pause, in fact. Now that I think about it, why don't I just make these find the whale things?
That'd be cool.
Do we have any sensor readings from last time we saw the whale? Did we see them?
We just have the drawing.
I take a computer's check to see if you have anything that the ship gleaned.
Yeah, that's true.
I think maybe I'll spend some time in the drift. Instead of doing what I just said, I'm going to actually just go over that data from the time that we saw the thing and try to see if I can find a signature.
This is nice. Okay, Klob is Benel really likes Klob now because he's helping with this random.
I assume in true scientific fashion, you obviously recorded the date and time that you saw the whale.
Obviously.
Yeah, I'll take a computer's check for you to go dig around in there.
Cool.
Is there anything I can do where I say I assist and he gets something?
Yes, you can do an assist.
I assist.
You make a DC-10 check of the same kind. You need a DC-10 computer's check to help Klob sift through this sensor data and figure out what was the whales.
Great. So do I roll or just...
You make a DC-10.
I roll it. Okay, I didn't know if it was it changed the DC for him, like you were saying.
He gets a +2 if you make it.
So I'm doing this and then I'm adding 4 for computer.
I think he's probably fine.
Cool. So yeah, you two are sort of posted up in the employee the crew lounge with the computers, and you're going through all the sensor logs, and you're able to find that the whales had a minor psionic signature, which made them pretty easy to find.
Great.
Nice.
And you think it'd be easy to teach your sensors how to listen for that.
Yeah, we're used to making the sensors listen for psionic waves. I mean, they use those all the time in the swarm anyway. It's just a good detection method.
Yeah.
Any good defense system has a good scanner. Good
Uh,
psionic scanner.
Pip, what are you up to?
Um,
I'm assuming
I
everyone is like taking turns flying the ship.
one, reset the tachometer. Two, I am working on a chicken-based computer interface system,
Nice.
so the chicken can use the computer and answer when we call.
Yeah. Like a little tablet kind of down low for the chicken.
That works with wings and with beak.
Yeah.
Okay.
Mike
The
friendly.
center, it doesn't have keys. It just has little wormholes that have like pressure sensitive things on the inside.
Yeah, so you can like grab the little worm.
It says
nibs.
annoying reset buttons.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. It's like a bunch of those for his beak.
And
And then-
it's limited functions.
Yeah, but he can answer that. Yeah, I'm not giving him like full control. You know, I'm not making it so he can pilot the ship, but like
Chickens can't fly.
I can program subroutines and he can initiate them. He can answer calls. He can
Order pizza.
He
I
can get
don't
get
want to-
HBO and catch up on Game of Thrones.
We should set him up with like a little wallet that he can order pizza with. Just like a little bit of money.
We should definitely give him an allowance, though.
Yeah,
I
that's what
feel
I'm saying.
like that could get out of hand quick.
No, yeah, we just put like 2 credits in a week.
A week, yeah.
Uh,
Chicken now has a pay wage.
oh, awesome! So the
He's a crew
chicken has
member.
in the files and stuff. There's a line item that says chicken's allowance.
I think that we should also give him just a little bit of a stipend. Maybe the first 5 credits from any job we do.
Sure.
Not a percentage. I don't think he's worth royalties.
Yeah, he's not like no. We have to
Flat
treat him.
cut.
We have to treat him a little bit like Wesley. Like he's not really crew, but occasionally he can hang out and help out.
Damn it, chicken!
Get off the
What?
bridge, chicken.
What?
I'm a chicken, not a pilot, damn it.
Right now, Chicken is playing with the action figure Percy got him, the little yellow Aarakocra with the lightning whip from Chicken's favorite television show, which you guys can't watch because you're in the drift and you didn't
Gary?
download any.
Isn't it Gary? Is that his name?
His name was. Oh gosh, my handwriting's hard to read.
Marauder Mo.
No, Garrett.
It was Gary.
No, yeah, but like Garant.
It was like Herodotus or something. Like
Garantius or something.
Yeah,
Um,
and he's a lightning whip, and the show is called Solar Defenders, Universe Uniters.
Mhm.
This is why I take notes.
Yep. Thank you very much, Lily.
You're welcome.
It's his favorite show.
My favorite show.
That's what-
The trip is normal, except there is one point where you fly into a large anomaly, gravitational anomaly, that sort of creates this constant backwards pull towards the back of the ship of only like 1/10 of a G, but it is enough that Chicken figures out he can jump and sort of flutter and end up towards the back of the ship, and is having a great time doing that.
Go chicken go.
So if
I
any
like
of you are in your rooms with your door open, you just see Chicken sort of flapping and just sort of floating sideways.
I'd like to do a little bit of research onto the ghost ship that we're headed to.
Sure.
You figure out like where it's from, how long it's been like this, who was on board.
I'll take a
Eventually.
culture check to go over the dossier you got and try to connect any of the dots.
The dossier.
The reports are pretty slim. It's in a area of space that nobody really goes. There's no reason to be over there. So if you happen to be in that area, the ghost ship will attack you, but there's no point for people to really try to get to the bottom of what this thing is. And the people who've gotten close have just run away.
Got it. Okay.
Um,
So it didn't have like a name in the file or anything.
No name in the file. You did find out that from the initial LADAR people have done and the sensors and things, it appears the ship was extremely heavily damaged.
Mm.
Damn.
You know,
bitch.
like some of the reports even say it looks like it's just the back half of a ship.
Wow. Oh,
It's definitely
the guy said there were like rumors that there was an undead crew, right?
People have said that.
Yeah, but like nothing is corroborated because everybody just dies.
Nobody's been on board.
Right.
They get
Where do the
close,
stories come from, I wonder?
the people get close, the ship starts shooting at them, and they run away.
Right.
Cool. Sounds like a great place to go.
Yeah.
Full speed ahead.
And you are being paid to deal with it.
And also potentially figure out what caused it, right?
Right,
Isn't there a
we get
bonus for that?
There's a bonus for figuring out what caused it, and the base is just destroy it, neutralize it.
Awesome.
So yeah, if that's everything you want to do, your little psionic radar dish does not pick up any other space whales. The gravitational anomaly subsides, much to Chicken's disappointment. And you're coming up on your drop out of the drift near your destination.
Can we have discussed strategy before we arrive?
Of course.
Shoot it out of the fucking sky.
It's a ghost ship. What if it
Then we'll
doesn't
never
go
figure out what caused it.
It's only 500 credits for the explanation.
500 credits is not nothing.
But it will enlighten us
Is there a way?
into what happened. And
But it's
prevent it
also
from happening to us.
dead in us.
Is there a way that we could send out a like? I don't know what kind of technology we have in the like probe department, but like a cloaked probe or something they might not be able to notice or attack right away.
You
Need
don't
to
have
speak up,
one. You guys could try to make one.
The self-cloaking probes are pretty hard to make. I mean, last time when we
something
did a
like
job
that,
like that,
it won't immediately attack. It can go in ahead of us. Just try to get some kind of idea of what happened, and then we can blow it up.
last time we had a techno invisible the probe. It was easier that way, but I can't do that.
Yeah. I just feel like that's still probably easier than one of us trying to go on the ship to figure out what happened.
Probably smarter. And Pip, just because the 500 credits isn't much doesn't mean we won't find anything valuable on the ship.
True.
It's a ghost ship. We could probably sell some things even if we don't find anything that's actually valuable.
I don't know. Ghosts. Ugh.
I doubt they're actual ghosts.
I
That's
mean,
what you think.
I
Wouldn't
agree,
Wouldn't it be cool?
I bet you 100 credits they're actual ghosts. I've seen
Here's the
actual
thing.
ghosts
They're never
before.
actually ghosts. I've seen tons of documentary on this. It's always Old Man Jenkins.
The historical documents.
It's the Jenkins conspiracy.
It's real ghosts every time. I feel like I'm Percy this time, but they don't want you to know that it's about real ghosts.
Shit, you might be right. I wasn't
Any
thinking
other-
deep enough.
We should at least try to make contact.
Hey, can we hail it? Maybe.
You could try to
All
hail
right,
it.
we hail it, then we blow it out of the sky.
You could try to construct some kind of probe to launch at it.
All right, we probe it, hail it, then blow it out of the sky.
Yeah, I like this plan. All right, so
Introduce ourselves before we just go probing it.
what do we need
Yeah, we should ask permission. But why don't we
to roll?
probe, hail, search, then blow it out of the sky?
Okay, but what do we need to roll to attempt to build a probe?
That'd be an engineering check.
I have that.
We have a drone.
I
It's
have
a little
that
bit of
too.
an asshole, but I mean, it's a drone.
True. Engineering.
or do you not want to risk the drone in case we have to blow it out of the sky mid drone session?
I
that
could
does
build a
make
new
sense.
asshole.
Oh,
So we're gonna make an asshole probe?
you have craft asshole as a feat?
We're going to make asshole a probe.
Yes, we are, Alex.
For any viewers just tuning in, asshole is the name of Pip's drone.
I
Who
think I
opened
can,
this door when you named it asshole?
Automated, self-sufficient, hovering operator, limited edition. I didn't name it asshole. It just happened to be the letters.
Entirely
That-
coincidental.
well, I could probably hook up my little communicator, transponder, receiver things, whatever they are, to asshole. That could make it a drone right away. I mean, ghosts are probably psionic, right? They probably talk to each other psychically or something.
I mean, how else would ghosts talk to each other?
Ooh.
Go sign language.
Spooky.
That's what this is. That's what this all is.
But it would be even better if we could get camera feeds from the ship.
That's true. Pip, we should try hacking into their feeds.
Asshole has a camera. Like,
They said it was half a ship too. So.
Yeah, from Asshole we can see one place, but if we get
Yeah,
the
we
camera
should
feeds, we can see
try
the whole
both. I
ship.
agree.
Yeah,
But
why-
Are
so-
we getting any electrical readings from this ship?
You
Somebody
guys
has
haven't
any
dropped out
power?
of drift
No,
yet.
we're not there,
Oh,
right?
okay.
Right?
Unless you would like to drop out of drift, then
No. We want to build the thing before we arrive. That's why I said, can we talk strategy before we
Go ahead
arrive?
and do that.
Right.
Okay.
I thought we had dropped out of the drift and were discussing strategy in front of it. In that case,
No, that's horrible. And I said we should do it before we arrive.
I am a little bit more on the blow it out of the sky plan than if it attacks us.
I agree. So
I'll build a drone ahead of time.
yeah,
Boom,
can I
22.
assist with that?
you may assist that with an
Okay, so I'll
engineering
roll
check.
engineering.
DC 10.
Cool, got it. And then I add 5 to that. So I didn't pass. That's okay.
You're not as much help as you would like.
I just kind of am in the way.
Pip,
I'm like, what are you doing in here?
You've taken, that little camera Klob had gotten from that Radio Shack store, and you put a little transceiver on it, and then you took some of these spare air tanks that are going to kind of act like a rocket to get it there quickly.
Mm-hmm.
This won't come back, but you don't care.
It doesn't need to come back.
Yeah. It really just looks like a bunch of janky stuff attached to a large air tank that is its primary.
Thruster.
Yeah.
It's just gonna wall-e through space.
I was
Yeah.
just thinking that.
So what we'll do is we'll drop it out of the drift as we sort of breeze past, do a big wide U-turn, and by the time we come back, we'll have some intel.
Someone's gonna have to stand in an airlock and kind of throw it out the window, but
I can do that.
shouldn't be hard.
Yeah, and just breather mask.
Yeah, I'm happy to do that if like other people don't want to.
Catch Matt Damon while you're at it.
I can't computer, so
Since I guess that's the one thing I would have done in Absalom Station is bought myself like a suit. We probably have money for space.
You guys all
right?
have
The ship has spacesuits.
You guys all have suits.
Yeah,
You have
no,
special
no.
suits. You
there's no
have.
suits. We have a zillion rations. I bought a spice rack starter pack from Akaton and another kind.
What you guys
We're
all
good.
have as far as vac suits is sort of this like compression suit that you wear under your armor.
Lost.
That you then turn on and it
You got
sort of,
sucked into space.
like kind of cinches down on you to provide that pressure, and then you have this helmet that is relatively inexpensive. You put on that sort of seals right here, and people who use these sort of suits a lot usually have like a mark, like a scar around their neck from where it kind of chafes.
Oh. You can find the spacers.
Yeah,
She's back
it's-
from the black. Yeah, I would just like to note then that I did spend a tiny bit of money to custom tailor my suit so that it has vacuum seals around my horns, which stick out.
excellent. You just bought a noir helmet.
Fancy. All right, so we modified Pip without my help. Sorry, not Percy. Pip without really my help and me just getting in the way. Modified asshole to go do droney stuff.
Did you attach asshole to this little fake rocket you made, Pip, or have you made a completely its own thing?
A completely its own thing. Asshole's staying with me.
Oh, he's staying with you. All
You're
right,
joined at the hip.
and we've got, and when we get there, we're also going to attempt to hack into their system. So those are like going to go at the same time. And I'm going to yes, no,
Yeah, I would like to do that, assuming they have power.
yeah, okay, cool. So I don't know who wants to do the hacking thing.
I
I
will do
try.
it. Someone can help.
Go for it. I'll assist. Yeah. I'll be overseer.
All right, and I'm throwing the thing that Pip built out the airlock, right?
And I'm steering.
Yeah, and you're steering.
So
Okay,
Pip's
cool.
driving, Percy's on the sensors. On the sensors, Manala's in the airlock holding this homemade rocket. And where's Klob?
Helping me.
I'm probably in the control room, just looking at the computers, like
You
in
wanna-
the pilot seat, not in the pilot seat. Sorry.
You want to be at the weapon system in case they attack like right away.
If I have a mobile way to oh yeah, I'm sorry. I have a computer. I don't need to use a ship computer for this, right? Can I use my mobile computer to like observe and help Percy?
Yeah.
All right, cool. Yeah, I'll go down to the weapons section. That's a great idea, Manala.
You
Teamwork.
can't do the job from there, but you can assist with it.
Yeah, ready to blow ghost ships out of the sky at a moment's notice.
Friendship
All right.
is magic.
Then the sort of intercom goes, dropping out of drift space in 3, 2, 1, and then this sort of bright purple flash as you come back into real space. The whole ship kind of goes and then relaxes.
Dang.
You go into this sort of hard bank. The door opens. Maynala, this ghost ship is just this little black blot where there are no stars. It's just a silhouette.
Dang. Okay.
You're holding the thing. You've turned it on, like Pip said. Lights are blinking,
Toss
like
it.
they're supposed to. You throw it out. You watch it go forward a little bit, and then little jets sort of point it where it wants to go, and then the little back jet of air open, and it starts to go quite fast.
Cool. Awesome.
Thank you for the sound effects.
I'm gonna calm and on comms and be like, probe is out. It seems like
Whoa.
That was really weird.
Our comms cut out. What was that?
I threw it out. It seems like it's working great.
Look at the acceleration on that thing.
It's really going. Pip, as you get this sort of strange sort of crackle from Maynala, you sort of check everything, and everything seems fine. Could have been some radiation thrown off the ghost ship. Could have been a lot of things. If anyone switches to the feed of the drone, they just see that little black the black shape just getting bigger.
Doo-doo.
Anything you guys want to do while you're waiting beyond? Also, how close are you to the ghost ship right now?
You described it as a little blip in the sky.
Yeah, I mean,
But
it's not
like,
really-
but
right.
like, are you?
I want to be as far away as reasonable.
Not in weapons
Okay.
range.
We don't want to be closer than we need to be, right? You know what I'm saying?
You are outside what you believe to be weapons range based on the reports.
Yeah, but the probe can still get there. That's kind of like the sweet spot I'm going for.
You found a good spot. Yeah, cool.
Is it the shark or are we the shark? We could be the shark. There is the dorsal gun.
Percy, you wanted to do a sensor sweep of the thing, right?
I do.
Give me a computers roll or
Awesome.
a sensors check or however that works.
Oh, huh.
Here's the computer.
Not amazing.
This-
Bob, want to help me out here?
Yeah, one sec. I'm like holding the turret with one hand, and then I let go of it, and it swings
Cool.
like
So
wide of
that's
the.
an 11, Percy, total. The ship's very far away, and it's not throwing a lot of anything. You sort of look out with your passive sensors and things. You look out with your optical, and you can see that it looks like a pretty clear picture of it. You know, the image zooms in, and then sort of it resolves.
Uh-oh. We lost everybody. Bear with me just one moment, folks.
Like quite big, like not a small fighter.
So hey, nothing that happened in the last minute came out on stream. 'Cause
Oh.
you guys all froze for me. I had to refresh.
Oh
there's-
no!
I get to
Well-
reroll my computer's check.
Yes, you do. Go for it. Reroll your computer's check.
Really?
What computers
Yes.
check? That didn't happen.
What computer's check?
I'm assisting with the computers, Percy, for the first time
I got
today.
this.
There we go.
I'm always good at computers.
You zoom in, and you have a relatively clear picture of this ship. It looks like the back half of some kind of mid-sized warship. It just clearly suffered severe damage. It looks like it has these sort of two pilings on each side that looks like they once went to large nacelles of some kind, but the nacelles are long gone. As you look at your sort of heat signatures and your radiation and your magnetic stuff, it's throwing a little bit of heat, a little bit of radiation, but not a lot.
Guys, just to let you know how we have guns 1, 2, and dorsal gun. Yeah,
Yes.
well, I'm reading gun 27 on this, so let's be careful.
Yeah, no, it is. It appears to be bristling.
Bristling with guns.
Awesome. Can I tell it all what kind of warship it would be, like who it would belong to?
I would take a
Sure.
culture check from you.
Yeah.
And then I can maybe share this image to a few people.
Pip could assist if he was inclined. He's a ship guy.
Pip, would you like to assist me?
I reduced the DC by 5.
Nice.
Let's see. +4.
Can
That
we
one.
tell? Oh, nice.
You're trying to fly and do this at the same time.
Like, what are you trying to get me? Oh, shit! And, like,
I can't look. I'm driving.
Can we tell from our scan what kind of guns it has, or alternatively, if we are within its weapons range? Because I know it's not within ours.
You appear. It hasn't shot at you, but it looks like it's got long-range ship-killing torpedoes, and you would assume something like this would have some kind of railgun somewhere.
All right, so
Oh boy,
But it's not shooting at you.
I think it just doesn't know we're there.
they haven't noticed us.
Maybe it's just a dead ship, not a ghost ship. That would be really nice.
Percy, you're looking at it. You don't know a lot about ships and your picture of it because you're really dealing with like a third of the ship. It's hard to tell. It looks like an old style, an older design. Pre-Swarm War by a fair amount.
But it checks out.
No, it doesn't check out. It looks really weird. It's just an old ship.
Huh.
Pre-Swarm War.
Wow, yeah, that is a
Looks humanish, pretty human. And, bigger than a frigate, probably like a destroyer. So lighter armor meant to kill big stuff.
Okay. I'll relay this to everybody.
cool.
Definitely heavily armed.
Looks like something we shouldn't fuck with, even in its third of a whole state.
Yeah, that's why we're sending a drone in.
Yep.
Sounds like maybe we should come back when we've bought some bigger guns.
As you guys all finish your discussion about this and analyzing the data, the drone pings Pip that it's in camera range.
I turn on the camera.
You get a grainy image. Something's interfering with the signal, but you can see what's there. It is heavily damaged. Like really looks like this thing's been through a chipper shredder. You see large sections of hull have been ripped as if by giant claws. And internal sections are exposed. There's open airlocks. It's a mess.
It's spooky mode, guys.
It's spooky mode.
Spooky mode.
Yeah, it is spooky.
There are open airlocks. There's weapons positions. There's about a half dozen turrets that look operable. And it's got all these on the front of those nacelles. There's all these missile pods, all these sort of torpedo tubes, the majority of which look open, look full, look like there's stuff in them. And you're able to sort of fly the little crappy air drone around and look at stuff. And you see a few different openings. You see specifically. I have to find it now. It looks like there's about 5 ways in. About 5 openings to the outside space. Some airlocks and then also some damaged hull sections that you could fly into the ship with.
On, do you guys want to board it?
Well, let's see if those weapons are actually active. I know they're loaded, but
Pip is relaying any of this, and like those torpedo bays are loaded, and like missiles are.
You guys have got control of the drone.
Yeah, you guys can all see it too. All your computer feeds.
I'm flying the ship.
Yeah, then I don't want to. I mean,
maybe one sec. Maybe I
think
can
I'm
mess with
willing
the
to go
sensor.
in it if we're able to disable it in some way. Have we tried yet trying to hack into their system? Because if we could hack in and disable the weapon system, then I'd feel cool going on.
Probably need to plug in for that.
I don't know if we can hack remotely.
As you sort of reach out to it, did you try to send any signals to it?
Sure.
Oh yeah, we
We were going to try and hail it anyway.
Yeah, I'll try to ping it. Can I ping the ship?
What should our hail say?
Hail.
This is Captain Pippin of the
Why are
Red
you-
Rock.
All right.
I feel like we're all captain.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's fine with me. As long as I'm captain, I don't care what if anyone else is captain.
Just say,
Talk
like,
about
yeah,
the
we're a
badge.
citizen vessel, like, and do they need assistance?
Cool. So
Something non-threatening.
you send
Yeah,
your
we're,
message and you.
We're from the oh shit, what are they called?
No, don't say who you're from.
The stewards is who actually sent you.
We're from the stewards, and answer this call or we'll blow you out of the sky.
Oh boy, non-threatening, you say?
You load the message, and then your little the way you send messages to a specific ship is you fire it as a little laser, a little optical laser, so only they get it. So your little laser antenna starts sending the message. No response.
I
Hello
wouldn't answer
there.
that either. You're so rude.
We are still from the stewards and still gonna blow you out of the sky.
Well, now it's an empty threat if we don't follow it up.
So, hello? Yeah, I don't think they can shoot us. There's no one there.
But they've clearly been shooting at other people.
I don't know how this works in relation to Star Trek. Is there a way that we can scan for life signs using the drone?
Sure. Well, the drone only has a camera and maybe some very simple sensors.
Yeah, I just want to see if there's any.
Oh, we did read a little bit of heat coming off.
Yeah,
And I
like
stuck
thermal signatures.
my psychic.
Oh, you did stick one of your little scanners on there.
That's what I was actually going to ask about. Can I try to use that too?
Do
Can
it.
I try to I want to remotely try to alter my scanner to like hone in on heat signatures, and also, I mean, like I have detect tech as a spell, but I don't know if there's any way of sensing like electrical magical signals that are going through circuitry.
I'd say you've got a little something on there that will detect heat for sure.
Sure. I'm going to specifically try to find if there is like actual computer activity going around in the torpedo bays, because those are probably the big, and we haven't found the railgun, right?
You haven't seen one.
Okay. So
That might,
as far as I
might
know,
be on the front half of the ship.
See if they're
torpedo bays
online.
are the biggest threat right now that I can see. So like, I want to see if those are actually active or if they're just loaded. If they're just loaded, I'm not too worried about it.
Okay.
I'll take a
Should I
computers
take
check
computers? Yeah, sure.
to try to get your little scanner to look for that.
It's just fuzzy.
11. You're getting that interference too, and you're not really sure what it is. But as you do, you scan for heat and you try to scan for electromagnetic fields. There is just a little bit of stuff happening in this ship's computer systems. It seems to be in some kind of maybe low power mode, or something is causing aberrant signals to go through this thing. There's something. It's not quite dead.
This thing's weird.
Is what you make of it.
Can we ask the computer, because we have a somewhat intelligent computer?
You do.
I want to ask that. I don't want to like bang on the surface because I'm in the weapons room. It's got a computer. Like ship computer. Hey, what's your name again?
Alexa.
Mark.
I have not been given a designation yet, nor
Right, you're
a
Mark.
personality profile.
You're Mark, and if you need a last name, you're Mark 1.
Red Rock Mark 1.
Yeah. Mark, do you see that ship over there? Can you sense that? Do you know what type of ship it is?
The voice pauses for a long time, and then it says, "Insufficient data. Military craft of some kind."
All right, it's some kind of battleship. I want to like look on the cameras as much information about the torpedo bays as I can, like list that all off, like spout it, and then say, how long do you think it would take those to get warmed up and ready to shoot if they were completely disabled?
Unknown model, unknown power parameters. Would depend on how much power that can be sent to those systems.
Mark, I'm going to replace you.
Would you like to see a catalog of other Abadar
Mark
Corp
II?
artificial personalities?
We don't have time right now.
And then the little window pops up, but he doesn't have signal, so it says check your network connectivity.
Leslie, I
Damn.
typed your symptoms.
And then another thing that says you may be the victim of software counterfeiting.
Yeah, you have not registered Mark 1, huh?
Click here to activate
Please
Mark 1.
enter your Windows key.
Your Abadar
Don't
key.
put the Windows key in while we're in space. That's only for ground access.
So yeah, this personality doesn't seem to understand. Is not set up to handle that sort of thing. He can plan your calendar really well. He knows some jokes.
Oh Lord, don't ask him to tell jokes, please.
But you could give me a
He's
culture
clippy.
check or an engineering check to try to remember if you could do some, back of the napkin calculations, how much juice this thing would need to start up.
I'll ask Pip the same question. How long do you think those things will take to warm up? How long do you think we have if it notices us?
You said engineering?
Mm-hmm.
I have a lot of that.
And yours is going to be easier because you worked on these things.
9.
You remember when you were in the Navy, you guys could have the whole battery heated up hot, fast and dirty, really quick. But that's only if your reactor was at full power.
Was that with a lot of manpower involved, or was that just...
There was also a fair amount of manpower involved. If this thing's running on reserve battery or something, because if its reactors were active, you'd be able to tell.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
If it's running on reserve battery, then it would take it a minute to start up 1 or 2.
Okay.
Well, I'd say that gives us a 2/3 chance that we can get away in time. I think we should board.
I agree.
Or blow it out of the
I
sky.
want to get
I don't know if we
figure out
can.
what's happening.
And I don't think we can blow it out of the sky, actually. It's pretty big.
Yeah.
We got, what, 5 guns?
Blow anything out of this guy. You just got to shoot it for long enough.
I think
Or you
we'd have a
detonate
better
some of those
chance sabotaging
torpedoes
it from the
inside of
inside.
it.
Were you looking for a ship-mounted mining laser or a wrist-mounted mining laser?
Ship mounted.
So wrist-mounted one.
I thought those were the ones you said were expensive. Portable ones. Maybe they're not wrist-mounted. Maybe it's more like a shoulder rig. I'm not sure.
It's probably like an entire backpack with a shoulder.
Watch
rig.
those wrist rockets.
It's got a whole backpack and then legs to help support it.
Yeah, you lean backwards
Like
and you become a quad pod.
Spider leg things. Yeah.
All right, yeah. So that's what you think if you had to guess. The most you expect from this thing is after a minute, a few torpedoes at most.
I mean, if our drone is able to fly out there, we could send another drone with a little bomb on it and set it off next to one of those torpedoes.
Oh, yeah.
We'll figure out what causes all this.
If they're armed in the tubes, that might destroy a significant part of it. But if they're not armed in the tubes, they're inert.
Why would you not arm a torpedo before putting it inside the tube that fires it?
Because you don't want it to go off in the tube. You don't want it to come back.
Yeah, but you don't put it in the tube until you're ready to fire it. Right? Like, you arm the torpedo, you load it in the tube, you fire it.
Safety. Like, it fires, and then it's not armed, it's not armed, it's not armed. Safe distance from your spaceship, armed.
What race does this military vessel accommodate? Or is it like a navy from a government or a planet?
If I had to guess, human.
Human?
Old and human.
Those humans are paranoid, man. Sometimes they disable everything and throw alarms to the pilot, to the bridge whenever anything is activated. That way they know if there's somebody on board doing something wrong.
It's true. Humans are paranoid.
In my experience, it's mostly just you.
It's fair.
Yeah, and I don't actually know about human navy. You'd probably know more about that than me, actually.
I mean, the Packworld's Navy, what do you want to know? There's a good mix of us.
Are they paranoid?
No more than any other Navy. Right? You worry about the enemy, you worry about spies.
Space whales.
I have a good feeling about this mission.
Well, it's sure to go well. I vote we board. Anyone else?
I'm on that side.
I'm not a big fan of ghosts. I vote we blow it up.
Manala, stop playing in space whales.
I mean, I was just listening. Space whales. Pip, you're pretty sure you could shoot at this thing all day with your gyro laser and the flat cannons, and it would
blow up.
still be there.
All right, I think we got to board
We're
it.
gonna have to sabotage it from the inside.
In your experience, the best way to blow up a ship like this is to overload its reactor
I was going
core,
to say overload the reactor.
and you definitely know how to do that.
All right, let's board it.
Should we send one of those bomb detonators to the torpedo bays just in case?
We can rig the torpedoes as well. We'll rig the torpedoes, rig the reactor, get it all remote detonable. Fly away, remote detonate.
Do we have
Sounds good.
Do we have a small craft we can take in, or do we have to take this in?
It's like
Yeah.
we've got this.
Okay.
We've got this. He said there were a couple places that were exposed to space that we could potentially fly through, though.
All right, everybody suit up in the vac suits in case something goes wrong.
Well, yeah, the whole other ship is vacked out. We're gonna be.
I know. I'm just saying. And then I'm gonna tell Chicken to go to his room.
I'm gonna
Okay.
tell Chicken to get on the con. We need him to. I built this computer so that he can, in the event of emergency, he's there and he can do shit for
We are
me.
trusting a chicken with
Fine,
our
okay.
lives.
Put the chicken there. Does the chicken have a custom back suit?
No, but we can just close the doors of the bridge.
Fine.
We got an airlock.
As weird as it is, I trust the chicken to pilot or to send an escape pod, but not to use the guns.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, his controls aren't connected to the guns.
Good.
Oh, really?
Good. I agree.
I'll keep practicing.
One day,
you
chicken.
do that, Chicken. You do that.
And then I whisper to Klob, they actually are connected to the guns. He just doesn't know the right sequence to activate them. It's fully automatic once he does, though. You don't want to be anywhere near that shit.
Wait, what?
God, this is horrifying. All right, whatever.
All right. Are you going to start circling it in?
Yeah, just do as slow as approach as possible. Like, none of this flashy shit. Like, I'm already mad at Pip for the fucking hail, which he screwed up, in my estimation. So
Gonna
I'm
blow
like,
you out of the sky.
I'm like, you already fucked up the hail. Don't fuck up the piloting.
As you're flying in, you've got a little line on your sort of radar that is the line where the ship has attacked other ships every time they cross it. And you get closer, closer, inactive, 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 and then the moment you cross it, the ship starts to kind of react a little bit. The sensors are picking up a slight heat bloom from its torpedo tubes. You sense a small detonation inside one of them. Probably some kind of malfunctioning torpedo that was just trying to get out. And then 3 torpedoes are kind of popped out,
Evasive
sort of
maneuvers.
floating, and then they turn on, and right as they pop out, you do evasive maneuvers. And
I'm
then
gonna do
they
evasive maneuvers, and I'm gonna say, Klob, shoot the torpedoes.
Roger that.
And then they turn on and take these erratic paths towards you. First torpedo's coming up. Club, I will take an attack roll against them, and Pip, I will take a piloting check to not get hit by this rocket.
So this thing lists an aft attack, but it does not list what the dorsal gun is, and that's
The
where
dorsal gun is a gyro laser.
it's the gyro laser. Okay,
I thought it was the flat cannon because you shoot
That's
flat
forward.
backwards.
I thought the flat cannon was. You guys can pick. What do you want?
Um,
Where are your guns?
So we have. Let's see. 'cause
You have
I-
a turret on the top, and then all the other arcs.
Yeah,
are fixed.
attack aft flak thrower. Says it right there.
yeah.
But is it fixed aft or is it on the turret?
The turret is a light particle beam.
well, but
okay.
the dorsal gun is at the front of the ship, actually,
I don't know what dorsal means.
On the top.
on the top.
Gyro
Like
lasers
a fin.
forward, light laser
This-
cannon port, light laser cannon starboard, flak thrower aft, light particle beam turret.
Yes, that's what I see too.
I,
Cool, what do you want?
I think the gyro laser makes sense, but I didn't actually realize where the flak thrower was. I think that makes more sense if we're approaching the ship. We're pretty close at this point, right?
Yeah.
You're getting closer.
Yeah, I'd use the flak thrower because we're
Yeah,
cause
that sounds good.
You're
which,
close,
that's
but you have
pretty
plenty of
strong.
room to maneuver.
In fact, I'm gonna be on the gyro laser, but as I see those torpedoes, I'm like, oh crap! And I like jump down the hatch and like land, and I'm like running to the back to the flak thrower because I'm not gonna try to pinpoint snipe torpedoes out of there.
And I've had time since throwing out the drones, so I would be at some kind of weapon station, but
Yeah, you can be inside.
probably
of the
not
weapon
an
station.
ideal one.
So you can control all the weapons from 2. Like from the front weapon station, you control the weapons on all sides of the ship.
I'll be on the light laser cannons
Think.
for port and starboard. Then.
That's
And I'll take an attack roll for you against this first torpedo that's coming up on you.
All right, great.
And Pip, where was your piloting roll?
It's that most recent one, 18.
18.
18. Okay.
What do you roll if you're doing it as the ship?
what I was just looking at.
Yeah, I'm like, I don't know what to do.
Is there no
is it
thing in
just-
there that says this is the bonus you use or whatever?
There might be a ship thing. Let me check really quick.
Jake, you had 9 to your piloting?
Yes?
Oh my god, I'm a better pilot than Pip. Oh my god.
That's
Now who's the captain?
that's 2 dexterity, 1 for being an ace pilot, 3 ranks, and a class skill 3.
You know, I can bring a skiff around a planet, but don't put me in that seat.
Doesn't
You
say
just have more decks,
in all
right?
the ship rule.
I have more decks.
And then it's a
Exactly.
class skill also for you, and you put all your ranks in it,
It's
right?
something about gunner, but I honestly haven't read the ship combat rules, so I'm not sure what that means. And I don't have any ranks in gunner, but I'm just gonna say that I'm shooting with like a flat d20 or something. I
No,
only have one.
do it like you're shooting a gun, because I'm assuming you're all proficient in how to do it.
Yeah, we
Alright, I
are.
get +1 to my gun shoots.
Nice.
Yeah, me too. I also get +1 to my gun shoot.
And to be
So-
clear, I'm trying to like shoot. There's a flat cannon, so it's gonna
Yeah.
shoot a bunch of debris. I'm gonna shoot like square in the center of these 3 torpedoes, essentially.
Cool.
And let
Yeah,
it.
you. It's the bang, bang, bang. And you sort of damage it, and it sort of stutters and starts to not be able to control where it's going, and then Magnala, a little light laser cannon, blows it up.
Sick. Do you want me to roll damage or no?
Nah, these things are very fragile. Really, if you hit them, they explode.
Cool.
All right.
Next one. Pip, I'll take an evasive maneuver to avoid this one, and I'll take some attack rolls from anybody who's doing it.
Can I get to a gunner thing?
Yeah,
and
you,
help?
yeah, you can.
You could go in the turret. You could go in the particle beam.
I was about to say, we don't have anybody in the turret. You should do that.
I'll take
Are
the
you adding-
torpedoes. Take out those bays.
Are you guys adding your decks?
No, it's our attack bonus.
Yeah, which is dex
okay.
and base
Yeah,
attack
dex.
bonus.
What?
Yeah, for
Oh,
range.
my dex is 0. Right. So mine is just 1. Okay, cool.
Because I think, this is you fine motor control to
It's like
tell
shooting,
the
yeah.
computer what to do. Yeah.
Yeah, you know what? We're level 3. I forgot. I bet my base
Oh,
attack bonus
yeah.
isn't crap
It's
anymore.
2 now.
It's 2 now. Shit. Okay, Brandon will add 2 this time.
Yeah, there we go. Ugh, I think I missed the torpedoes entirely.
Ooh, girl, me too.
Percy got it, though.
You're trying to get out of the way, but this torpedo is staying right with you. It's got perfect maneuverability, and to be honest, this thing handles like a tub. But thankfully, Percy, with that light particle beam, just turns it into a little cloud of rapidly expanding gas.
Yeah, I got him.
When we get back to a station, I'm buying double the maneuvering thrusters for this thing. Holy
Yeah,
shit.
sure. Blame the thrusters.
This thing's fast in a straight line. One torpedo left. The little computer screen got two little X's, green X's, and there's one last one, and it's saying, collision imminent, collision imminent.
Oh God.
So one last round of rolls.
All right.
Oh!
Oh boy.
What were you shooting, Pip, again?
I'm steering.
Oh, that was the evasion. Sorry. That one might have been better.
Uh,
Guys, I think we're fucked.
Percy's is the only one that hits.
Oh!
The 16 doesn't?
The 16 does not hit. Not hit this one.
Damn.
It gets
Go,
it.
Percy, go. 14 dams.
It's harder because of that nat 1 from Pip.
I'm like trying to do a fancy maneuver, like where I pull the brakes and turn and like turn a full hard 90.
And it doesn't work.
And it doesn't work. The ship just rotates 90 degrees and just keeps going in the same direction.
No
Whoa.
good for you, man.
You're throwing off the gravity. I can't aim.
The guys are trying to brace inside your weapon stations. Percy, you nick that thing's engine and it sort of spins out of control and detonates and sort of sends a shockwave through the ship and sort of the lights dim and then they come back up. That probably broke something, but you'll have to look later.
Whoa. All right.
But for now, there's no more torpedoes.
Yay!
They stop?
There's only those 3 launched.
Okay, cool.
That was very close.
Yeah.
Um,
Forget about that.
We just fucked if our ship blows up.
Guys, what if they'd all been loaded?
As you look back at the ship, you see it's sort of trying to warm up another volley.
Are we getting any more data too from the drone that's in there?
It's still just camera footage.
And no psionic energy? We got the psionic sensor in there.
Klopp hasn't checked the psionic sensor yet.
Yes,
thought
he
Ghost
has
was
multiple
the one.
times.
Yeah, I mean,
Oh, yes?
I defaulted it to be psionic sensor, and that was what I was trying to scan.
Oh, I apologize. I misunderstood.
Oh.
I thought you were trying
I
to
turned
do
that on now in that case.
I didn't understand that either.
Club
So,
goes-
You are,
I forgot
Club's
to
in like
put that on
configuring. He
switch.
goes, "Oh wait, I forgot to turn it on."
There you
you
go.
are getting a fair amount of psionic interference. That's probably what's interfering with the camera.
why it's
Oh.
so grainy, yeah.
There's hella psionics. They took
Oh
out.
my god, the
they took out
ghost got Percy!
They took out Percy. Percy's in the black.
So yeah, it looks like another volley of torpedoes is warming up. But you think you have maybe 8 to 10 minutes.
I think
Punch
we
it.
should get to the ship.
Yeah, because
Yeah,
then they
punch
can't
it.
shoot us without shooting themselves.
I think
All
they're
right.
on backup power, like we thought. That's kind
I
of good.
turn the ship
All
around,
right.
boom, punch it towards the ship.
Move it in. Don't fuck it up. Yeah.
Do you still think you're going to be able to overload the core if it's on reserves? It might be damaged. Like the actual main core might be not working.
Then I'll bring some of these, and I like pull out some charges.
I'll
and
repair
things.
Then I'll blow it up.
Kip,
Wrench. Bunk.
Kip,
Yeah,
you're grabbing grenades and stuff?
yeah,
Give me some too. I'm proficient in grenades.
cool. They're like thermal detonators. Like
He's holding a thermal detonator.
Chuck boom.
Cool. You've got some charges. You're able to let me, now that you are very close to the ship.
Would we get to see it?
Sort of. Not really.
everything is black.
It should be.
All right.
Into.
There should be some white spaces, though, right? Places where you can see.
I
Yeah.
just found it.
Those are the exposed areas where you could pull the ship next to, hop out of the airlock, and head in.
Oh, there are like several of these. Okay.
There's
God, this ship's big.
the parts on the east and west.
Mhm.
Those are exposed damage, just sort of parts where the ship's been ripped away and you can get in. The one at the aft end is like that too, but the ones up forward are open airlocks.
Forward is the top.
Yes,
It looked a lot smaller on the screen.
north.
There's no north in space.
Whatever, dude. Up and down is also relative, so whatever. It's all good.
Where do you want to go, Pip?
I don't know. Somebody pick. Meeny, meeny, money, mo.
All right, let's do the one. This is why Jake said I should be captain. The Star Trek game we tried to do. Let's do.
Ping it, and I'll put your guys' group token there.
Yeah. Sorry, my thing is loading.
You want to do the bottom one?
Yeah, that's kind of what I was thinking.
All right, bottom one, because it's sort of central to the ship.
That's what. Yeah, exactly. All right, cool. Bring her in.
This one down here. Viewers, if you're curious at all, I've all they're seeing in Roll20 is
I
just
showed
that
it.
there is a darkness and a that represents the map of the ship.
It looks like any dark cave in Pokemon before you use Flash.
I showed it on stream. No worries.
Okay, cool.
Flashbacks to like first grade. Oh my god.
Well, there you go. You come into this partially destroyed airlock. The other side is open, and you come down into the ship, and you see that there's exposed wiring. Things are destroyed. And do you guys turn on lights or anything? There is no light, no ambient light down here.
Do
We
we
should probably turn on a headlight so we can.
I have my suit on in case it was not environment. So
Oh yeah, there's no air down here, and there's no way to dock. You guys open your airlock door and hop down.
Yeah, I was
Oh.
gonna say, do I have like a little light on my suit on the shoulder, something like that?
I'd say you guys could have flashlights.
Yeah, I want something on my
Headlights.
shoulder, so it's not taking up my hands.
Forehead. Yeah.
yeah.
You guys all have lights.
Cool, great.
Just headlights.
Your beams lance out down this hallway, and directly to your north, which is how I'm going to refer to towards the front of the ship, is a door, a closed door.
Right.
Is there like a access panel?
Yeah, there's an access panel on the side. Looks dusty, corroded. Looks like
doesn't seem
void
like anybody's
corrosion from being in the drift a long time.
It doesn't seem like anyone's used it recently.
Not at all.
Okay.
I'll go up to it and see if there's just an open button. There's power if I need
It's
to.
working.
You know, it looks off. Looks inactive. There's no power to this panel.
Ah.
I'm gonna say, Bob, do you think you and me could open that door if we like pull it?
You could probably do it.
All right. Bob's gonna get on one side and I'll get on the other, and we'll try. What do you want us to roll?
That'd be a strength or athletics check or something like that.
All right, I'll do athletic.
How big is Manila?
Manila,
I'm really tall. Women are like really tall too. For Lashunta in general, like the men are like 1.5 feet shorter.
Jeez.
So I'm pretty tall. I'm probably like close to 6 feet.
All right, cool.
Yeah, like,
You look strong. Yeah, okay.
like
She
I'm
looks
really
like she goes to the
buff and I'm
best
really
museum.
tall.
You're
I
not
look
just
like I go to
strong.
this
Look like
gymnasium.
you're strong. Cool.
Yeah.
So yeah, go ahead and give me a check to try to wrench this door open.
Oh, Club pulled something.
I hurt my shoulder.
Oh, well, I did great. All right.
Guys, I'm a technomancer. I'm not a fighter.
You're able to sort of wrench it open. It's not locked, so you hear the gears kind of grinding as you.
Okay.
Does Manala just like
door
straight up
open.
pry this thing open alone?
Absolutely.
And I think you're like holding the other one steady, and I'm like, thanks. Yeah, that's
You're a little
great.
too big to get a good angle in there. You open it and you look into this empty room, as in empty as in it doesn't appear to be any life in here. But inside. Wait,
God, spooky mode again.
It's spooky mode.
Oh, wait. There we go.
Oh man, that is
Spooky mode.
You come into this open room, and inside there are various control panels all around, and some kind of, in the center, some kind of simple computer terminal. This one appears to be on.
I'm gonna indicate to Pip and tell him to go check out that computer panel, him and Percy, and see like if they can.
I go check out that computer panel.
You
And
rub
I want to do like a sweep of the room and look for other entrances and see if anything doesn't have dust, like something that's been recently accessed.
I'll take a perception check. That is some freaky room business you've got going, Alex.
Did you only just switch back from roll 20?
I only just switched back.
Oh yeah.
We've all
We're
dimmed
spooky
the
mode
light.
right now.
It's been spooping, yo. It's
Extra
been
spook.
spooping. All right. That's my
What does
perception.
that roll? 23, nobody in here, and it looks like all of this is covered in that same sort of coarse, dark purple, crystally corrosive dust.
Okay, and on the doors and all the access points to this room as well, right?
Looks like nobody's been in here.
All right, great, cool.
Um,
Guys, see Clob.
I-
Oh, sorry. Never mind. Go.
I want to collect a sample of that purple corrosive stuff.
Sure.
That's
like
exactly what I was gonna do.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I was gonna pull out a vial. I have
Girl,
a
do
chemistry.
it. No. If you have like better stuff than me, do that.
No, like we simultaneously pull out little test tubes, like, and we have a bonding moment over it.
Science buddies.
Yeah,
Um,
it's gone a while.
You can absolutely, it's everywhere. You can get as much as you want from any surface you like throughout the whole ship. Pip, you just wipe this stuff off of the computer terminal's control surface, and you see it's on. It's in a standby mode, low power mode, and this is some kind of fire control for, it looks like, some of the ship's defenses. And it is currently attempting to target the Red Rock.
I'm gonna turn
It's
it
struggling.
off.
You can do that.
Do-do-do-do.
You can mark you sort of mark Red Rock as friendly, and it stops trying to target the Red Rock. It's not talking to any of the other computer systems right now,
This is just
but-
controlling weapons.
but whatever this terminal controlled is now not trying to shoot your ship.
Great. I'm also going to start wiring up a routine where it will target itself.
That takes some doing. That'll take a check because
Alright.
it doesn't want to do that.
And Percy, you should assist with that if you can.
Well, do I need to?
If you want.
You always should in Pathfinder. DCs are higher and weirder.
Okay. Computers?
Computer check, DC 10. Both of you sort of pop open this terminal, and this is a much, much older design. And it's got lots of hardwired features, but you know where to look to find the kind of interrupt, the sort of hardware interrupt where it checks, am I aimed at myself?
Mm-hmm.
And you just take that out.
Big work.
And so now it won't check if it is told to shoot at itself.
Great. And then I wire that up to be able to be triggered remotely with a command sequence that I lock in.
Cool.
What's
you can do
what's
that.
the password? Congratulations, you played yourself.
That. My other option was going to be blow the fuck up.
Excellent choices. You also see a door to the south, another one,
Mhm.
and then a door to your east, up at the top of the room, the top right corner of the room.
Eeny, meeny, miny, mo.
Let's do east.
East.
Cool. That upper door. That one. I have the map. I have to keep jumping back in between that. This one is locked. You go try to open it. The door is powered, and it says locked.
Hack it.
But it had the dust, like it hasn't been open in a while.
Yep. Nobody's touched it.
All right, I don't want to touch it either, so I'm gonna leave it and say.
Oh, you don't want to try and hack it?
No, I say let's come back to this one because it is powered.
Oh, you don't think I can hack it?
No, I know you can hack it. I just want to check the other easier ones first.
She doesn't think you can hack it. She knows you can hack it, but doesn't think you can hack it.
Oh my
I
gosh.
see.
All right, go to the other door.
The south one is not locked, but it is stuck like the other one.
I'll try to open it again, and whoever wants to can help me if his shoulder is hurting.
I guess I'll try again.
Don't hurt yourself worse, man.
My shoulders. Oh my god.
My shoulders.
Here, somebody take my battle staff. I'm just using the pistol today. I can't handle it.
You guys open that door. There's a hallway, another door. This one is also non-powered, but it slides open. It's not stuck. And as you go through there, you come into an escape pod room. All the racks with all of these big 6-man escape pods. Except they're all empty. There's no pods in here.
I was gonna say they've all been launched. All right.
And you look out the open holes out into space.
We should try and find like the black box.
Yeah, man.
I think the bridge will be forward.
It's usually easy to get to the black box once the ship is,
If the bridge is on this
destroyed.
third of the ship.
Yeah, we'll go back and try that powered door now.
You know ships always have more than one bridge. There's the bridge, and then there's the CIC,
Mm.
which is sort of like the backup bridge. I think it's communications information control or something.
Jake, you know how in Star Trek when the bridge isn't working, you can use the controls from engineering?
And also the battle bridge for when they split the...
You know this ship definitely has a battle bridge.
And splits. I don't know what you guys are talking
Who knows where the battle bridge
Trek.
is?
So all the escape pods have been launched. There's nothing in this room. There's no...
But there is another door on the southeastern side.
Okay, is there? But there's there a central console or anything like that in this room that?
Just the one that's like open pod doors.
How?
So there's nothing that we can hack to try to see when they were launched or anything like that.
Not in here.
Okay, cool.
It doesn't record that information in here.
I want.
Where'd Brandon go, guys?
Into the black.
I want to do that other door then in here still. I guess.
The black.
This one right here.
Yeah. Not back to the powered one. Continuing the way that we've been going. Sorry.
Into the new room.
Yeah.
Open this
It's hard to go
door.
back and forth with the map as well. Sorry.
So my monitors are too bright to really do Into the Black.
Is your light not on?
My light is off, the kitchen light's on, but my monitors are really freaking bright. That's how illuminated I am.
You open this door, and Pip, you recognize it. This is probably the CIC,
Oh, that was easy.
if it's anywhere.
Right here.
You guys picked the one airlock that's right next to the CIC.
Weapons control and the CIC.
Yeah, one of the airlock. Some of these airlocks are better than other airlocks.
Looks pretty cool.
Like if you had picked the upper right-hand corner one, you would be next to a bunch of nothing.
One of our viewers says Combat Information Center.
Combat Information Center. Thank you very much, whoever that viewer is.
That is Easy Walton.
Thank you, Easy Walton. Shout out to Easy Walton for knowing the acronym. Combat Information Center. You enter what is probably the Combat Information Center. There are computer terminals. There are different stations, clearly for different people who would be coordinating all sorts of things during battle.
All right. I want to be really careful in this room and look for recent disturbances, any difference in the dust trail, anything like that. And I'm going to say that to the group. I'll be you need to watch to see if this was recently used and be on guard.
I'll take a perception check.
All right. 5. if y'all can help, like you can do your own, like because I'm telling you this, like if you want.
Yeah, I want to. Sure.
Yeah, Percy of everyone, right? He's not paranoid.
No, not yet. I'm sorry. What exactly is in this room?
The CIC, the Combat Information Center. It's like
all
a
the
bunch of
bridge
computers
controls and everything.
Yeah, bunch of consoles. You can control everything from here. But I'm trying to see if this has been disturbed or used recently, because I'm anxious about that.
Cool.
some of the screens are on, some of them aren't. Pip, what are you looking for?
I'm just looking around to see like if there's
Sweep
any...
of the room.
It's just sweeping the room, trying to understand, what if anything happened here, and then which is the console that's going to give me the most access to everything.
The big one in the middle seems to be the one that it talks to the most things. You see there are two bodies in here,
Ooh.
slumped in their chairs.
What type of creatures?
Humanoid.
What
Looks
does it look
in
like?
vac suits like you. And then as you come over to the other side of the control center, there is someone who looks like in some kind of officer's uniform, face down in a pool of frozen blood.
Does it look like they were shot or stabbed?
It looks like they were frozen.
This guy
Frozen because
looks
we're in
like
space.
he was injured some way before he died.
Okay.
But he's face down. Whatever the wound is on his belly.
Did we see, with Percy helping me, any disturbances in like the dust pattern or anything?
There's some disturbances in here. Some of the
Okay,
dust
so
looks like
something
it's been moved.
Something recent.
Hard to say how recent.
Okay, got it. Sure.
But something has moved here, but where nothing has moved in the other rooms.
Right. Okay, cool. So I'll share that information. To confirm it, I guess. Percy is the one who probably found it.
You're all sort of bathed in this flickering blue light from some of the screens that are barely on.
Wait, sorry, you said blue light?
Yeah, blue
Does
light.
anybody here?
Damn it, I only have orange.
I think Percy and me are the only people who have medicine as skills, right?
As far as I know.
Let's go, Percy, if you want to. Like, I want to go check out either the
I want to investigate these bodies.
Yeah, that's what I want to do too. I want to look at either the two guys or the one guy. So you can take the two and I can take the one or whatever. However you want to do.
Which one would you like to investigate? The face down one with the pool of blood or the slumped ones in the chairs?
I'll take the slumped one in the chair.
I'll take the bloody guy.
Cool. I'll take medicine checks from both of you to inspect the bodies.
Great.
It's a little closer. Here, what if I do that? There's some blue.
Trying to make it blue.
I'm just putting a big blue image on my monitor.
Right. I've got no spoop, sorry.
Here, hold on. Here we go. Wait, and then all three monitors are blue now. Is it working?
Still not as spoopy as Alex, so.
Damn it.
Let me see if I can.
Both of you take these the body and you sort of look at them and you see the face through the face mask is desiccated, as if something dried them out and they're sort of mummified in there. The one on the ground, you sort of flip him over, and he's got these slash wounds down his chest through his vac suit into his flesh, broken bones and stuff. It seems he was grievously wounded and then died and bled out.
Ooh,
I can't
there
see
we go.
myself. Is that working?
It's all blue. Yeah, it worked.
Looks perfect. Works perfectly.
And we also saw,
Um,
when you were doing the drone, like giant claw marks.
Percy,
So.
Yeah.
you're doing one of the sitting ones.
Yes.
As you're investigating that one, he sort of shifts in the chair, and then some of the ice starts to break off of one of its arms as it starts
God.
to try to reach up for you.
Oh, God.
And you see its eyes start to glow this faint, faint, faint blue
I don't like that.
as it sort of silently snarls inside of its suit, and it starts trying to reach for you.
Guys?
Just decapitate it. Decapitate it.
Yes.
Deal with it real quick. I'm gonna download the black box.
Okay, wait. Sorry. Alex, do you not have a weapon on you right now?
My lighting. Jake says orange was better. I have my weapons.
I have a knife on me if you literally just want to cut its head off.
I
Sure.
gave my battle staff to one.
I'm going to throw my knife to Percy.
I wasn't even joking though. One of you
Hard
guys.
to find power outlets in the dark.
I can't hold it in my arm.
So yeah, so Percy, this thing is reaching for you.
Sorry.
What do you
Hello.
do?
What did Klob say?
One of you guys has my battle staff. I gave it to somebody.
Oh.
Like whoever took it, I just held it out because my
I'll
arms
be
were hurt.
holding it.
I'll just use my knife.
Yeah. Oh, you have a knife too?
Yep.
Okay, great. Never mind. Cool. I thought you didn't have
Oh
any.
boy.
This thing starts to reach out, and you stick it right in the chest, and it doesn't seem to care.
It's not working.
Cut off its head. Cut off its head.
Right in its chest, and it's still reaching for you, and it's starting to move quicker as it's sort of like breaking whatever was holding it down, whatever ice had accumulated on it.
You know,
How long
And,
do I think it's
Pip,
going
I'll
to take me?
take I'll take a computer's check for you.
I would say. 25.
Excellent. This stuff has been heavily corrupted by sitting in the drift for a long time, and whatever psionic energy is causing all this other nonsense. You get a fair amount of information along with at least a layout of the ship.
Okay.
Um,
No black
so I'm
box?
gonna go. The black box is what you're downloading
Okay,
right
how
now.
long is it going to take me?
It won't take you very long at all. It's gonna take you a few minutes.
Cool. And I say, just don't die for a few minutes.
Working on it.
Asshole, shoot at it or something. Asshole flies over, shoots at it.
Excellent. Give Asshole a little attack roll.
Um,
And because you now have, yeah, never mind. Yeah, Asshole can shoot at it.
Where is... I still don't have Asshole's numbers in front of me, and Lily has the book. It's at least that much. Hey! Natural 20.
Excellent
Nice.
roll damage. Can Asshole crit? I feel like he can.
Yeah,
He's
does
a
anyone
gun.
have laser pistol numbers
Yes.
24.
for the regular damage, and then how much for the crit?
Burns a few, I think.
I think it's another D4. Yeah?
Yeah, I think burn D4, sure.
Alright.
Cool. Your thing shoots in the dark and sort of peppers this thing, and it breaks its face mask, and it's sort of staggered, but it's just clinging to whatever semblance of life it has. Manala, what would you like to do?
I've got this other dead guy in front of me.
He's clearly dead.
Yeah, but now I'm suspicious.
Mhm.
So I would like to use my knife and decapitate him.
Sure, that'll take you a little while.
All right,
Cut through his suit.
that's fine.
It's only a
But
Swiss
that's
Army
what I
knife.
want to do because now I'm really suspicious.
Cool.
Cool. So I'm hacking away. That's what I'm doing.
So what happened to
Excellent.
the one that was moving? Is it still moving?
It's
Still
attacking
moving.
me.
Yeah, it's still
Bob,
moving.
would you like to do something?
Yeah, I'm. Bang! Pistol.
Cool.
Good, good.
I'm gonna like walk right up to it and put it against his head though. Can I get a bonus? And this thing's moving slow, right? It's
Do an
not
attack
fully
roll.
mobile. Okay, cool.
Yeah.
11.
That is actually enough to hit him.
Nice.
They have terrible AC.
I actually don't know the damage, but I think it's
You
that.
just come right up behind him and just splatter his dusty.
Zombie brain.
It's not brains. It's like dust.
Is it more this purple goop?
No. Dust.
It's like this silvery dust.
Dust is actually
the
very
same
low in
stuff like-
calories.
As much test as you like.
That.
I'm gonna like hold up the. Sorry, is it done moving?
Yeah, it's.
Okay, cool. Then
done.
I'm gonna
It's
walk.
not
Look at
floating.
my yeah.
By the
Then
way, you guys are in zero
decapitate
G.
another one. Oh, I didn't know that. Cool.
Sorry, forgot to mention. It's zero G.
I thought we
I'm
had
gonna grab the test
something.
tube that I had out and like compare the dusty goop stuff and that to this dusty goop stuff. Is it the same dusty goop stuff?
It's different. It's silvery instead of purple. It's more dust-like instead of crystalline. You would need further analysis.
Scoop.
Cool. You have a sample of that. Throw that in your character sheet.
Dink. Nice.
Alright,
Oh,
I'm
yeah.
almost done loading out the black box.
Thank you so much. And after a couple more moments, you finish downloading the ship's black box, and Minala finishes decapitating this dead guy,
Good job, Manala.
who
Thanks.
at no point reacts. No point does anything.
It's
You didn't get the chance to.
It's insurance. Okay.
This is also how Lily plays Skyrim. She just attacks every dead body in any cave.
I do.
Because it could be a Draugr.
Yeah. Oh, what's that? Something dead. It's probably a
If it
dragon.
says you can loot it, and she walks up and loots it, she'll still hit it.
I will.
It
I'm
could be a
afraid.
jogger. This is how I play Skyrim too.
Thanks, Jake. All right, cool. So he's
Um,
decapitated. You guys took care of the one guy. The other guy's not reacting.
Yep.
I'm gonna walk over and decapitate him too, and be like, "So much for keeping it quiet."
You're the one chopping heads.
There was, in fact, no sound. You're in space.
Sick.
The only sound you hear is the kind of vibration through each other's comms of your guns firing.
When I was axe hitting the neck.
That's why I'm just butchering this other guy. I'm like, I don't feel good about this. But I'm gonna say to Klob as I'm hacking this one guy's head off, I'm gonna be like, Klob, take some samples from.
You get you get a small amount of that same silvery dust coming out of these two dead guys too.
Look, I got purple. I got silver. Dust. I don't know what these things are. I've never seen them.
Yeah, I'm excited to take him back to the lab. That'll be good.
I've got the data. Let's move on.
Okay.
All right, cool.
Okay, so we're leaving.
Man, this thing really does not fit my face well.
Let's get back to the ship and blow this thing.
Yeah, I was gonna say, can we now remote detonate the shit? We're good.
Is that all we
No.
want?
No, you can't remote detonate the ship.
What do you mean?
You could have one turret shoot at itself.
I thought we set up a torpedo to shoot itself.
Congratulations, you played yourself. Execute button.
No, that wasn't torpedo. That was turrets.
Oh, that's not what you said
Oh,
earlier.
fuck.
Is this all we want from the ship?
All right,
We have the
wherever
black box info.
there are weapons controls here in the CIC. Right?
That's true.
All
Yeah,
right, I do
exactly.
the same thing for some torpedoes.
Let me reveal the rest of the map to you because you have access to the map now.
Yeah.
Cool. I would say you can do that, and then we can just hop on our ship and leave.
Where is the stupid button? There we go.
Nothing
All
personnel,
that
Craig.
crap.
Personnel?
That's how it's spelled. Nothing personnel.
Oh.
Appears behind you. The original.
There we go.
Copy paste the.
Those wings.
Here, let me show the viewers this.
Map of the ship.
We're way
place is
down
huge. It's like a
here.
lab.
Can you put like a dot where our freaking ship is?
And our ship is where the dot is.
Chicken, how are those guns on the outside looking? How long we have?
Yeah, the dot is supposed to be you guys, so you're.
Oh, got it.
Chicken, hit the third button from the right, and then the second button from the bottom.
Chicken does.
The computer reports back with how much time we have left.
As you go into the CIC, you see that it's got some command codes from the captain that seems to have locked out the torpedo control. At least from here.
Well, that's inconvenient.
But wait, how much time do we have? We still need to know that.
Yeah.
But didn't we mark ourselves
Oh,
as
how
friendly?
much time do you have?
Yeah.
You marked it as friendly to those turrets, so they're not going to shoot you.
Okay.
The torpedoes are probably going to still try. And you have about another 6 minutes.
Crap.
They are warming up to
But
say
as you're
hello.
looking at the CIC, you now see the program that the captain put in here and has put all this stuff in your way to keep you from changing. It's just told to shoot torpedoes at anything that comes inside that radius.
Where's the reactor?
The reactor, it has 2 reactors, one here and one here in the middle of the ship.
Got it.
It has 4 fail-safe sort of power vents
Oh my goodness.
right here.
That's too much.
Anyway, right in the middle here.
All right. I have a question. You said that like weapons was locked down because that's a sensitive system, obviously, with Captain's command codes. Sensors, not a sensitive system, right?
Nope, you could get into sensors.
Great. I'm gonna report to the sensors that there is a ship, a ghost ship on the sensors, right next to the ship.
It's kind of confused now, but it is now trying to target that ship.
Perfect. Because those torpedoes will go right at it. It won't be there, and then they'll hit and detonate on the ship itself.
Oh, and then we'll have more time.
You also you have more information now about how the reactors work on this ship. It's an old kind of reactor they like to use on battleships because it's really durable.
Mm-hmm.
A molten adamantine dynamo core.
Wow.
Oh my god.
You just
Whoa.
basically have this giant thing full of molten adamantine that you're spinning.
Dude, but if we could get that, it'd be hella monies.
You pump electricity and energy into it, and then it starts to spit more out. This thing's got 2 of them, and you definitely know how to overload one.
Yeah, but 6 minutes is not enough time to overload this core. There's a primary core, a
not.
secondary core, and then 4 tertiary power vents.
Jake,
Yeah. No, I'll stop.
6 minutes is more than enough time. I mean, yeah, no, it's not. Right now, the torpedoes are not targeting your ship; they're targeting the ship itself.
Oh, you said that they were.
No, you said you gave them a ghost ship. to
you
look
just gave them a new target.
Oh,
Jake.
okay.
at. So it's no longer going to try to shoot the Red Rock. It's going to try to shoot this other
Alright.
ship.
I think this is an excellent way to intimidate the Batman.
Well, how long until the torpedoes hit the ghost ship? Because we're on the...
Because you changed it, and now it's trying to do a bunch of weird math again, it's going to be like 15-20 minutes.
Okay.
Oh, amazing.
This is a very strange thing it's trying to do, shoot it itself, but find a place where it can shoot and not hit itself.
See, this is why autonomous ships never work.
It doesn't have a lot of power. It's struggling.
All
The
right.
struggle's real.
So do we need to disconnect the power vents in order to overload the reactor?
Pip, you know how to overload something like this.
Mhm.
If you can tie the 2 power cores together, because they're not supposed to be tied together,
Right.
they'll get in a feedback loop. And then if you just damage or disconnect the vents,
Right.
the whole thing will
There's
blow
nowhere
itself
for
up
the heat
in a
to
way
go.
that would allow you to leave before it does.
Right. We got to seal up the vents because then there's nowhere for the heat to go, and then you wire them into each other.
Okay. Bob?
Seeing
You
as
could also, alternatively, try to blow it up by tying all of the torpedoes together and setting that all off, but that would probably leave a lot less salvage.
Right. Wait, really? Blowing up the reactor leaves more salvage than...
The reactor would probably just like break apart the whole ship and fry anything that's in there, whereas the other way would vaporize it.
Got it.
Bob?
seeing as we're in the
Both would work.
command room, I'd like to spend some time while Pip is doing this, trying to look through any kind of log or break into any system that I can find any log or info about what the ship's mission was. Because I know that's not our mission, but I'm
Not
interested.
the black box, right?
I know, but if we blow up the ship and then find out there's something valuable here, then we can't go back.
True. Okay, yeah, good call.
I'll take
Yeah,
a
were they
check
carrying
to try to find some captain's logs or operational logs or anything like that.
Sure. Sorry, what did you say? Computers?
Yeah.
All right, cool.
Percy?
Do you want me to assist? I can assist.
Yeah, sure. Here, let me find this.
I'm busy chopping off heads of everyone here.
There's only the 3 in here.
Well, I'm doing the third one too, just in case.
Club, you're sort of digging through logs, and all the sensitive stuff is kind of hard to get to, but you decide to focus on the stuff that isn't classified, sort of operational stuff.
Yeah, sure.
It seems like it was a pretty normal human back when there was a human navy before the Pact Worlds. Human navy combat ship destroyer called
How
the
long has this thing
Scimitar.
been sitting out here?
Called the scimitar?
Its last logs were about sort of a series of emergencies in the drift. It was in the drift. It had it met with something terrible, and only recently got spit out.
What day does the ship think it is?
The ship thinks it's about 70 years ago, or at least it knows what day it is today. It's been counting.
Oh,
but
okay. I thought it like fell out of the drift and traveled through time.
No, the logs say.
Gotcha.
Well, the time isn't quite right.
Sure, but there's some drift.
Yeah, the logs.
Forgot our own lore. How long ago is the great nobody remembers anything shit?
Like
Um,
150
couple hundred years.
about 150 years ago.
Okay.
Oh, the gap?
The
Yeah,
gap.
the gap is before that.
I
This
don't
thing is-
remember. I think it's longer than that, but it's in the book. I'll check later.
This thing is older than I am. I'm gonna like take out the vial of ground dust and examine it to make sure it's not just normal dust for a second before realizing that that's not how it works in space. Um, it's not infinite dust.
Excellent.
Okay, so let's get started on those reactor cores.
Yeah, do we have to physically go over there, or can I do it from here?
You'd have to physically tie them together.
All right.
Do we have to physically disconnect the vents?
You have to destroy them, yeah. Damage them, disconnect them, something.
Let's split up, gang.
Okay.
On the spooky spaceship.
I want to be on team block vents.
All right. Percy, Manala, you go clog up the vents. Clob, you come with me. We're going to tie some reactors together.
Sounds good to me.
Cool. So you all have to move together for now.
For the
You don't
first
need
part.
arms to tie, do you? The
What?
shoulders still hurt.
It's not
You,
a physical tie. It's a...
You go to the next room, and you find that there is one escape pod in here, unused. You move on to the next room. You find another turret control room, which looks to be for the rest of the turrets, and you can turn this one off if you like. You come through that next door, and you're at an intersection. To the right will take you to the vents, and to the left will take you away from the vents to these other corridors, but you could also go through the vents to get to the cores.
This left thing will eventually take us to the reactor, so...
I thought we had to do the vents first. No.
But yeah,
They're
you,
gonna do
you
the vents
guys
while we do the
can see
reactor.
the map.
Oh,
as
I see. Sorry.
can, and you guys can move your token. So tell me where you're going, and we can move you there.
Yeah. I mean, I'll say, Percy, Manala, vents are that way. Club, reactors this way.
We'll meet back here when we're done.
Yep.
Okay. Have we tested comms since getting on here? Do they work?
They work. They're just crunchy.
Okay, got it. Sorry, I just want to clarify something before we move away from it. For the logs that Claude and Percy found, said the ship was called the Scimitar.
The scimitar.
Okay, and it was a naval ship. It was stuck in the drift, and the last log entry is from about 70 years ago.
The computer thinks it's about 7 years ago.
Does it? And there's nothing like of note that would say what's happening.
There's no logs of the exact incident
Okay,
that,
got it.
that did all of this.
Great, got it. That was it.
Also, as you're walking, you see that there is heavy damage to this ship.
More claw marks anywhere?
What?
Well, when the drone.
I didn't hear what you said.
Oh,
Or claw marks.
more claw marks.
Claw marks. No. Oh, yes, there are claw marks other places.
Okay, got it. Gotcha. Okay, cool. Yeah, team vents.
Who's going which way?
Me and
Arnell and I are going to the vents. Pip and Bob going to the...
So, in terms of the map, we're all looking
Oh.
at which way are you going?
I've got,
you said right takes us through the vents,
I
right?
drew arrows for you.
Oh,
There you go.
Cool. You're going right through those. Excellent. You come to another stuck door, which you're able to muscle open, and you find the first vent. It's about 6 feet tall and about 10 feet wide, and looks like it sort of connects to something on the outside of the ship that allows it to vent heat and energy in the case of some kind of overheating overload situation.
I don't suppose there's a nice convenient push to close vent.
No,
Thing.
that'd be weird.
Damn.
so we have to like find something to block it with?
Or just destroy it, probably, right?
Oh, it's
It
a
looks
hole.
like the sort of thing that if you destroyed it, it wouldn't work.
Oh, I thought it was a whole way to like fill it with something. Okay, yeah, we'll just try to destroy it then.
Cool. With
You
what?
got grenades, right?
I do have grenades that.
Thermal detonators.
Mm-hmm.
And I also have my arc pistol.
Well, let's try a grenade, see if it does it.
Yeah, I agree. Okay. All right. I don't know what to
We're gonna have to do this a few times.
Jake, do you know offhand what the damage on a grenade, or should I look it up?
No, I don't know offhand. You gotta look it up.
Okay, that's fine.
Daryl in the comments suggests that the gap was 300 years ago, he thinks.
Oh, I thought it was 300 years long, but
No,
No, we don't know
I
how
said
long it was.
I think it was longer ago. That's why I said that. But I wasn't sure.
300 years ago. Sounds pretty right.
It do. All right, cool. So
That was about my recollection as well.
I will do.
I don't remember anything.
You know nothing. You're John Sne.
Pip and Clob, where are you headed?
We're headed around that perimeter part of the ship, which doesn't have any doors on it for a while. You see anything up to the first door? Pip has the map. I'm sure he's like,
The other arrow.
this way.
And
left arrow.
so as you're walking, you see there's all this really terrible damage to the ship. There's exposed piping, exposed wiring. Who's in front? Who's in back? Marching order.
We're just walking together. I mean, I'm
Walking
leading,
together.
so
Yeah, you know, it's a weird camera angle. There's one that's like 1 foot tall, and there's one that's 8 feet tall.
Pip, I need you to make a reflex saving throw for me. As you come around the corner and sort of your step on a panel in the floor that seems to sort of buckle under your weight.
no, there's no gravity.
Uh,
I'm floating down a hallway.
Are you?
guess I need to
no,
describe it differently.
There, DM.
I forgot there's no gravity.
I thought we had our back suits, and so we're like,
He said when we were on the bridge that we are in zero gravity.
Well, you have to like occasionally
Then,
push off the wall to keep floating.
The magnet. You have your old mag boots on and you're walking along the floor. So you're.
that's what I thought. That's,
Pip, are you floating?
It's fine.
Do front flips on the hall.
You don't have maneuvering thrusters.
Well, I mean, why for a long ass hallway like this, you like give a push off and disable the mag boots and just float down the hallway. And then at each
ISS that shit,
corner
yo.
you would turn, right? Like,
Yeah. Well, I had not thought about how the trap triggers. I just know that there is a trap here.
here's my reflex save, natural 20.
It's great.
Come at me.
Yeah. As you're coming down the hall, you sort of try to push off of something else to not fall into the wall, and your sort of hand catches this pipe that breaks. But you see the color of the pipe, and you're like, I know what that is. And you sort of put it back into the wall as this acid sort of sprays back in there, and you are not sprayed with it.
Why is there a pipe full of acid on this ship?
It's coolant,
Okay.
but it dissolves organic matter.
Space coolant. Acid.
Really nasty
Not just
stuff.
water.
No, water's a terrible coolant.
I can now imagine like a solo style like epic thing where you were trying to get out of a black hole and it's like, get the lemon juice, get the lemon juice.
It's highly acidic, and
Squeeze
you
a
are
lemon
not
juice.
sprayed
We're
by
actually
it.
inside a giant xenomorph, and that was its blood.
And you remember why that is now illegal. That stuff is now illegal.
This is
All right.
evil Moya.
Excellent. You continue on floating down the hallway.
Yeah, you basically just activate your mag boots at each corner, give a big
Yeah.
jump and deactivate them.
Kick off.
You let them pull you towards the place you're going?
Oh yeah, there you go. You point the mag boots that way.
So you've kicked off.
Really hurt
You
your
get to
knee.
the end of the corner. You catch yourself. You go around the corner again. Are you continuing down that hallway?
Arrow, full arrow, yeah.
I
They
don't know.
once called me Breaker of Doors. Once.
You get halfway down this hallway, and you see that there's sort of this gorge that goes through the floor into the next sort of level below you to these sort of like, you don't want to call them access corridors. It's sort of like the thin crawl space between the hulls.
Yeah.
There's the inner hull and the outer hull.
I'll just walk along the wall instead.
Yeah, no, you float right over it.
Jake.
Yeah.
Just so for your purposes, you still have some grenades on you too. I'm gonna assume that these, because it's the thing that makes most sense and the thing that's the appropriate level for us.
Uh-huh.
They're incendiary grenade level 1.
Yeah.
And when they explode, it does 1d6 fire damage and 1d4 burn damage.
Is that gonna work in a vacuum?
My pistol did.
It's got its own oxidizer.
Yeah.
Okay.
My analog pistol shot. I was kind of surprised.
Guns work in space. Most of them have oxidizers in there.
Nice.
You come around that corner, you find a floating corpse, partially dismembered. If you poke it, it doesn't react. But more of that silvery dust. Mostly where its blood should be.
Yeah, I don't
What
poke
if
it.
you-
I make asshole shoot it a few times.
Yeah, you make asshole shoot it a few times,
I'm gonna say, what if
and
we
now
It's
it's floating
spinning.
down the hallway the other way.
poke it in the neck with a knife till it's decapitated like the others?
Thank you. Thank you.
You come to big door.
Yep.
Panel is powered. Beep. Not let you in. You're gonna have to play with it.
Damn it.
I roll hacking.
Hack that.
Hacker man,
Sorry, that was engineering by accident. Subtract 2 from that for my computers.
engine man.
You are able to hack it. You're able to sort of pull the panel off and trick it
Hotwire
into
the
thinking
door.
it's opened. Totally dark inside. Your flashlight lances in there, and it appears to be sort of like an engineering room, like the engineering station, where there's some controls, but mostly lots of tools and things.
I detect tech. Oh, there's tons of stuff in here. Detect tech. Everything that I can
Detect
see.
tech.
Anything with any charges, I know what it is and where it is.
You step
I
into
don't
the
know if I
room
know
and you
Dope. Dope.
you reach out and you
What's
see
your
there's some
tricorder detect, Mr. Spock?
there's also, as sort of your little ping goes out, you sense these 4 large technological cybernetic humanoid forms.
Wait, can I see them? It only works if I can see it.
Yeah, they're just standing there, but it's dark,
Oh.
and then you sense it, and then you don't really notice them because they're just up against the walls, and then your flashlight goes over them, and as you look at one of them kind of starts to power up,
Is that thing? Oh my god, it's on!
and it sort of starts to step forward. It looks like a suit of power armor, but with strange biological protrusions and pieces of other machinery growing out of it.
Dude, you do not want
Cyber
to
zombie.
that shit.
Back up and shut the door.
Cyber
Cool.
zombie.
You can back up, shut the door. You hear footsteps, heavy, and then you feel something banging on the door, and then a couple dents.
The security door, it can't keep them out.
Whatever this thing is, it's going to take a while to get through the door, but it's very strong.
Jeez.
So let's go back through the vents.
Yeah, that sounds good. Close
Vents?
all the doors on the way. Wait, there's no door.
All
There's
the way
another
back
way
to where
to
Percy...
the reactors through the
Oh,
vents.
okay, yeah, you're going all the way back to the vents. Well, you guys are trying to figure out how to place your. How many grenades do you have?
Me?
Yeah.
I don't know. You gave me a bunch. You said you gave me like.
Well, we were thinking we would try one, see what it did
Yeah,
to
we want to
first
try one,
vent.
but I assume I have like I don't know 4 or 5 maybe. I don't know how many you gave me. 3.
How many do you have?
Pip, how many grenades did you give me?
I didn't pick an exact number because the price. Because I was
alright.
waiting to see how much the ship parts would cost, but then we never got the price of the ship parts. So
What do you think is a reasonable number? 4 or 5 grenades? Like a bandolier of them?
Yeah.
Sure.
All right, cool. So that's how many I have.
Cool. You have 5.
Sick. All right, yeah. So we were gonna test one, and I looked at the stats for it now, so I'm good.
Cool.
Do you want me to like explode it, or
Tell me where you put it, and then I'll tell you what happens.
yeah,
Put it in like the most vulnerable spot of the vent.
yeah?
Like,
sounds good.
kind of wedge it in there, pull the pin, run around the corner.
Percy, do you want to do like an engineering check to see like
Sure.
where that vulnerable spot is? I don't know if you want to do it that way or what. Or
Yeah,
you put it on the list. I don't think I can do engineering. No, I can. I can try to assist.
Where would be the best place for maximum destruction?
If you wanted to try to collapse this thing, these sort of bombs are meant to use air pressure to send a concussion and then burn something that's alive. They're not really designed to break stuff. You think if you were to tape it to the side, it might kind of cave it or something, maybe?
Okay,
All right, let's try that.
no, we'll try it. Let's do it. All right. Do you want me to like roll an attack or just roll with the damages?
Roll the damages, because you just sort of taped it there and you set it off.
Okay. And then I have to roll a d4.
Nice.
Okay. Well, that one wasn't as nice. So.
Excellent. So the fire damage is useless in here, and as it goes off, you don't hear any sound, just sort of heat. And as you look back, as you sort of wave some of the debris away, there's a hole. There's a hole about this big in the side of the vent.
Okay.
And that's when Pip and Club Nieces sort of come into the vent room.
I don't know.
It's a big fucking monster thing. It's like a robot.
Is it following you?
It's a zombie robot. I don't know, but we gotta go this way.
Okay. And if it comes to us?
Kill it before it kills you. I don't know.
Great
There's a big
advice. Thanks.
security door.
Okay. How many of them are there?
3. I detected 3.
You detected 4.
4, sorry. My memory is not very good.
Okay. I advise hiding if you can, if you see one, because they sound scary.
They're breaking down a security door.
Yeah, like I said, they sound scary, so hiding is probably good. And if nothing else, get back to the ship. All right.
Some kind of sensor. They're probably undead. Probably cybernetic.
Okay.
Why didn't we blow this place up before we came in?
Pip, any better suggestions for blocking these vents? The grenades are only doing a little bit. I'll show them the hole.
Jake doesn't have any ideas.
And I'm
Pip could give me an engineering check.
confused. I thought we were supposed to be blocking them, so like.
Right, so blowing a hole in it, I don't get. Yeah.
Yeah, so I'm just confused. Like I don't understand how vents work. I guess so. I guess we're trying to collapse it. So.
These heat
Pip-
vents? I'm not sure exactly what they are.
This is a warship. It must have different kinds of explosives. If you could find an implosion warhead, that would close up the whole vent.
That would be.
And you know this, they're definitely here. You're just not sure where.
All right.
I have a map and I know what everything is. Where's the armory? Where are the torpedoes?
Oh yeah,
The
torpedo.
torpedoes are up in the forward, the northernmost. See those long, thin rooms up there?
All the way up there. Okay.
All right. So here's what we should do.
And then those 2 square rooms between them are the armories, where they would keep the magazines, where they would keep all the other explosives.
Okay, I'm just gonna say
there?
I think we should not split up now because these things that you found sound really scary.
Mhm.
Yeah.
I think we should stay as a group no matter what we're doing. I don't care what order we do anything in. I just want to all stay together.
And there's one of them for each of us.
Well, see, exactly. That's why we don't want to split up. So we can go. We can help you guys with the torpedo stuff first now, and then we'll do the armory after. That's fine. I don't
Yeah,
care.
we gotta go back down that long ass hallway. This ship is like wildly inefficiently constructed.
Yeah, it is. I agree. All right.
It's
Cool.
impossible to get from point A to point B.
Would make it very difficult to board.
Yeah, it'd make it really difficult if you're in a battle and a single hallway gets blocked. You're fucked.
Sure.
No other access. No other ways of access around the ship.
Makes sense that all the newer designs don't do this. I have to agree.
Humans don't know how to build a ship.
Hey.
All right, they didn't 70 years ago.
Well, wait, what about all those weird access vent things? Do you think those wind in between the hallways? And
Oh, yeah.
They looked like they went into the hull, didn't they?
Yeah, maybe that might be a good
Might be
strategy.
faster and potentially less encountery with those scary cyborg things.
I don't think I can fit in them, though. I mean, Pip can.
As you guys are all discussing this, you hear a loud metal rending crash on the other side of the bulkhead to your west,
I think that's the door.
and then feet
Bulkhead to our west.
to your left, really, like right here, this wall.
Do I think the grenades would have any impact on that guy?
You see something. There's some kind of you kind of feel the vibration through your boots. Something crashing in this other room.
I'm gonna ask Cloud. I'm like, whatever the thing you saw was, do you think a grenade could hurt it?
Yeah, I mean,
All right, cool.
tech parts.
I'm gonna have another
people,
grenade
I
ready to
think.
go when I see this guy, like ready to action. However you want to deal with that.
All right, I'm gonna be honest. I used a spell and detected it. I didn't really get a good look at it. It was dark.
Well, hopefully it's the kind of thing that doesn't like fire. So,
Its eyes glowed, but I'm pretty sure they were digital.
what color did they glow?
Blue.
Oh, that's bad.
Like pale blue.
The guy who came back to
Oh my God,
life
it's a White Walker.
was also had blue eyes. It's not good. All right.
Where is it glowing?
You feel another shaking as it feels like something else heavy has been ripped and it seems as if it's moving closer and closer to you through those doors. But it unfortunately has to take the long way to you.
Let's run deeper.
Yeah, let's
They might not know where we are. Let's be quiet and tiptoe deeper.
get to the armory thingy from where we are without encountering it.
Looks like no, looking at the map.
Okay.
I'm unclear where it is and where we are on this
Yeah,
map.
that's why I didn't ask that.
You are here?
Yeah, I don't
Your
care
pings
about
aren't showing up at all.
I'm not seeing any pings.
Sorry.
Okay.
Maybe I can draw. You're here. You see that?
No.
Well, but again, if
We're in the 4 vent rooms, right?
You're not on a GM layer or something, are you?
I don't think so.
good idea.
Right here.
There we go.
Okay.
That's you.
All right.
It sounds like it's here.
What? How did it get there?
Wow. I didn't know that they would go this way.
Well, I mean, they weren't being quiet either.
Yeah, but we were making
Yeah,
noise.
but it was breaking down the door going the other direction.
Yeah, he was breaking down the door on the other side of the reactors.
I thought they'd follow us. Maybe they have access to the cameras. They are cybernetic.
Oh my
That's
God.
true. They could be hooked into the ship.
The ship doesn't have enough power to be running cameras and sensors.
I don't know, man.
It doesn't have power to try to shoot torpedoes, so.
It's spending all its power trying to shoot torpedoes.
Let's just kill it. We can take it.
Yeah, I have a grenade ready to go as soon as I
It's a
see it.
space
So.
zombie.
If we want to go to the armory,
Zombie.
we have to go down the long hallway again, or
Or you could go through it.
cut
and
through
go
the
through the
reactor
reactor
room to get to the armory.
Well, we need to secure the reactor room anyway.
I feel like it'd be better to go to the armory first because then we'd have more sweet shit to kill these guys with.
So let's take the long hallway all the way back around.
Yes.
Yeah, run away.
All right,
Just cuts us off again.
run away.
As you're running down the hallway, you get to about here-ish, and you feel the vibrations in the floor as it's seeming patrolling this area now, looking for something.
I think this thing's gonna catch us.
Then
In this hallway?
It's in a hallway.
let's catch it first. I want to attack it.
Yeah, I want to kill it.
Should we try to lure it?
No, I'm just gonna throw my grenade in its face.
Does it sound like only one is patrolling?
It would make sense that you saw 4 of them.
Mhm.
You only saw one turn on, but there's no reason the others haven't.
No, that's true. We turned and ran when the first one turned on. I don't even know if the other ones are active.
That's true.
We could probably take it.
Let's just keep moving, and if we see it, we fight it.
It's only
If
there
you
are
just
4
keep
of us.
going around that corner, as you come around that corner, its back is to you, and it turns and looks at you over its shoulder.
Awesome.
Grenade thrown. Yeah, ready. Done.
Integrate.
And it looks at you, and just in this instant, you see it is hulking. Looks like a power armor. It's the same description Klob saw. As if the human that was inside it started to grow and merge with this thing in some strange way.
That's good.
And it sort of raises its arm as if it's about to fight. And that is where we're going to leave it for this week, because we are at our end with the party facing off against some sort of horrible techno power armor zombie creature.
We can take it.
Yeah.
Exactly like that, and it would sound like that if they weren't in space. That's all the time we have. Thanks so much for watching. Thank you, players, for being excellent and patient with me as we run this dungeon. I'm not great at dungeons, but they are fun. I'll take Rose Thorn's buds from anybody who wants to send them.
Excuse me,
And-
what are they called?
Laser phaser tasers.
Thank you.
Laser taser phaser.
Yeah, laser taser phaser. That works best. And that's all. Goodbye. Don't get eaten by space monsters.
Try not to, at least.
Bye.
You know, when it happens, it just happens.